So let's start out with just, having you share what your goals are with a purchase and why you think this is a good time for you to start buying a home.
Let's see. I guess the goals are just to own a home, really. I am not totally sure about in terms of like the timing with the market. From what I've always heard, the best time to buy a home is when you are ready to buy a home.
Yep.
So I think that we're ready. In terms of financially, we just finished paying off a substantial student loan debt.
Congratulations. That's a big milestone.
Yeah. So that was the thing that we were really waiting for, was to finish paying off that debt.
Amazing.
We're pretty sure, we're going to stay in the area for the long term. And that's something we haven't been able to say for a while. So knowing that we're going to stay, knowing that we finished paying off that debt, Brendan's income is pretty stable. And I own a business in the area. So
What kind of business?
It's an educational wood shop and co-working space.
Oh, wow. Amazing. And Brendan, what do you do?
I'm a lawyer.
Very nice. What do you practice?
Real estate, actually.
Nice. Any specific part of real estate?
No, I mean, we do financing, acquisitions, dispositions, development, I don't know, anything.
Wonderful. Do you work in Pasadena as well, or do you work in downtown?
I work downtown. I work at Morrison and Forrester.
Oh, fun. Very nice. Okay. And you are currently renting in Pasadena?
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good. And are you on month-to-month lease, or where are you with the
Once a month.
Yeah.
month? Okay. Is there any specific time frame that ideally, if you were to find something you would like to move by?
There's probably a time frame in which it would be the most difficult to move, and that's because we're expecting a baby.
Congratulations!
In mid-July.
Ah, fun!
So, it would be pretty difficult to move.
Mid-July.
Yeah, like in July and August.
Yes. And so you're in your third trimester now.
Yeah, just started my third trimester.
Congratulations. This is going to be a very exhausting phase.
Yeah. We have a 5-year-old too.
Oh, fun. What's your 5 years old's name?
Juniper.
Okay. And are you having another girl?
Oh, we're having a boy.
Ah, that's the best, to have a girl boy combination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have a name yet?
We are pretty secretive about the names until
all right.
Kids are born. Yeah.
We'll call him Baby Boy.
Yeah.
We'll be Baby Boy. How's that? to be expected. So that's great. So you are looking to your baby's due in July. Are you growing out of your current space as well?
We are, we can kind of just barely fit here maybe for the next year, I'd say. But in a few ways, yeah, we're really outgrowing the space.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm pretty eager for a house with a backyard.
Okay. Do you live in a house right now?
We don't have. Yeah, we're in a house and we have a small front garden, but behind us is another house. It's another rental.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just no private yard space.
Right, makes sense. Okay. And you mentioned that Holliston was like an ideal home for you. Is it the characteristic of it, or was it the budget? Like, what would you say that you liked Holliston?
I like the neighborhood.
Okay,
We currently live in the same neighborhood.
so you're in bungalow heaven.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we're
A little east.
yeah, we're a little further east. We're on Sierra Bonita.
Okay, got it. And ideally, can you describe to me what type of home would you be excited to move into?
Are you talking about size or?
Yeah, everything.
Okay. I think we're looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath with an office.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm from Altadena, Pasadena, so I just, I really love the Spanish style, the craftsman. I'm actually okay with the California ranch, but Brendan not so much.
So Michelle, my partner agent, is also joining us. She will be working with me alongside me to help you with the home buying journey. So sorry for the interruption. She was just wrapping up a meeting, so she's able to join us. So just to recap what you said, Curtin. So you said you liked the craftsman home.
Mm-hmm.
In Spanish.
And Spanish style home.
And Spanish, but Brendan isn't as much of a fan for a Spanish.
No, Spanish. I don't like bungalow.
You
California.
don't like bungalow. Okay, got it. What is it about bungalow that you are not excited about? Is it the lighting? Is it the style characteristic? What would you
Purely
say?
the aesthetic, yeah.
Aesthetic. Okay, got it.
I look at them and it makes me sad.
A little less picky about that.
I don't have very many thoughts or opinions about any of this, but that's my one input.
All right, well, that's good to know. But Spanish is something that you both can agree on.
Yeah, and the craftsman.
Yeah.
And what else?
No pool.
Okay, no pool.
Yeah.
Big yard.
Yeah, it has to have like a backyard that's, not just a pad of concrete or
The backyard with grass.
I don't care about grass. I'll probably replant everything. I prefer trees.
Okay. And what are your thoughts about the proximity to the neighbors?
We live in a pretty dense neighborhood right now. Like most of the properties are multifamily. And I don't mind being close to our neighbors. Yeah,
Indifferent.
Indifferent. Okay, got it. And how big of a size would you say for the house of 3-bedroom, 2-bath with an office?
Maybe around like 2,000 square feet.
2,000 square foot. Would you say if you have an office, but the office is in the garage, is that okay? Or would you want to have a dedicated office space in addition to having a garage?
Probably the latter. I would like to have a garage.
Okay.
If the office is attached to the garage, but it's a separate room with a separate entrance, it's fine.
Okay, good. And are you okay with doing work, or would you want something that's more moving?
I'd say right now getting work done is pretty difficult.
Yeah. The big months. That would be even worse.
Yeah. I'm not really into a never-ending project, but I'm okay with something where like, the bathrooms need updating in a few years. Like,
would you consider Holliston as an moving ready type of house, or a house needs work?
Trying to remember.
I know it's been a while. They had updated the kitchen probably about 20 years ago. And the bathrooms were about that same kind of a time frame.
Right. Yeah, I don't need a like super modern updated kitchen.
Okay.
So I'd say we probably could move into that house. Honestly, I think the biggest problem with that house was the driveway.
What about the driveway?
uh,
Oh, the curb cut?
yeah, like it's the driveway was so narrow.
Ah, okay, got
You
it.
definitely wouldn't be able to park next to the house and also get out of the car.
Ah, I see, okay.
And
Do you
the
have big
curb
curves?
was high, like, and basically at a 90-degree angle with the
Mm.
street. So you probably run into the curb every single time you're trying to get in and out of that driveway.
Do you have a big car?
No, I mean, we have a full-size sedan right now.
Okay.
We actually are gonna get a different car soon, so
Okay.
maybe a bigger car, but yeah, I mean, like, if we had a driveway, I'd want to be able to park in it.
Okay, good. All right, very good. So overall, I have an idea of what you're looking for, and I want to also take this opportunity to reiterate everything that you have shared with me. And then, of course, this would also give you an opportunity to jog your memory and see if there's anything else that's important to you, and also to comment on any additional things that I may have missed. So essentially, you're looking to stay in the Pasadena, Altadena area, and you want to find something that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom with an office, around 2,000 square foot house. You prefer Craftsman Spanish. Bungalow isn't a fan of Brandon's, and you would want to have a house that has a yard, but no pool. Pool is definitely a deal breaker for you. You like where there are trees in the backyard, but it is okay if you're in close proximity to the neighbors. You want to have a separate garage in addition to an office, if there's not an office space within the main house. And you would prefer if a house has a good sized driveway. If it's too narrow of a driveway, then that may deter you from wanting to make a purchase. Anything else that's important to you that I haven't asked?
I do like this neighborhood. I'm not set on staying here. I'd be willing to look further abroad. I'd be willing to look as far east as like Sierra Madre, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd really want to go into Arcadia or Monrovia. My work is by Cal State LA,
Mhm.
so I'd also be willing to go a little further south into South Pass, maybe some parts of Alhambra, San Gabriel. I'm not sure about San Marino just because I feel like they have a lot of extra rules
Mhm.
around their
Yeah.
the housing there. Yeah. So
So
like a citywide HOA. I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
yeah, it's not a citywide HOA, but they do have a very stringent code enforcement citywide. And I think you might be priced out to get into San Marino in terms of the condition. Most likely, if it's something that's within $2 million, they tend to be needs a ton of work or has a small lot and things like that. Same with South Pasadena. I think it's going to be challenging to find something within what you're looking for in that price range. However, it is possible for Alhambra, San Gabriel. Sierra Madre is another city that may be, like I would say, a question mark, where you may be able to get something like around just a little bit over 2 for something that's around 2,000 square foot. But again, it's going to be a little challenging depending on the location in Sierra Madre.
Mhm.
Okay. Are there any other deal breakers that are important to you, such as you wouldn't want to be on a busy street, or if the residential street doesn't have sidewalk, then you would not consider such a street?
It'd be very difficult to consider a street without sidewalks.
Okay. Anything else?
I really don't like open plan.
Mhm.
I don't want to go to the house and see the kitchen. But if there is like, but I'm willing to put up walls. Putting up interior walls is a lot easier than taking them down.
Right.
And that can be done pretty quickly.
Mhm.
So If I can put up walls and separate the space again, that's fine. But if it would be like just crazy mental Jenga, then I don't think I would.
Right, that makes sense. Anything from your side, Brendan?
No, that all sounds good to me. I'll have to see
Yeah.
some places. I'm not very internally visual.
Yeah. I like doors. I like hallways. Like I don't I don't want, to smell whatever I'm cooking in every single part of the house.
And are you okay with being near the freeway or being on a busy street? It sounds like that's fine with you.
It depends.
Yeah. I mean, we see those people trying to get out of their driveway on hill, and I'm always glad I don't live there. But
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So those are the basic main criteria that are important to you. So we'll keep that in mind. Now, in terms of your qualification, I know the last time we spoke, you said you have about 250,000 saved up. Where are you in the process, and also where are you in terms of speaking with the lender for the qualification?
We have
I haven't really started. I get a lot of
Yeah.
people calling me about that because of my job. We're thinking maybe city, but we haven't taken the bite anywhere yet. You mentioned that you had some recommendations that you were
I did. I think I shared a contact with Curtin via text. And that is a direct lender that you can also look into to start the conversation. But it is important for you to get the qualification, just because if you are looking to buy something soon, and if we were to find something that's really good for your needs, then most likely that house will go quickly, usually within the first 2 weeks. And when you are self-employed, the lender tends to have a lot more requirements and will ask a lot more of your documents. So while it may take a bit of your time to gather all of those documents, it's much easier and better to do it when you're not under stress or unnecessary stress. So that's why I would urge you to get that process started. And then it'll also give you clarification in terms of your comfort level of how much you would want to spend on the purchase. The lender will give you breakdowns of what the rate expectations are and what the mortgage payment would be. And in the beginning, you asked a question about whether this is a good time for you to do the purchase. And what your answer was perfect. What you said about like when you're ready, this is actually the best answer I've heard. And the reason that this is the best time for you to make a purchase is when you're ready financially, is because then this is a house that you're going to be living in for a long time anyway. So it doesn't really matter what the market is doing. And despite that the rates are high, you can always refinance, right? And the other upside of buying now is the market is actually much slower compared to last year and the year before. If you were hearing horror stories of how a house would have 50 offers, that was absolutely true. And for you to get into your dream home is almost impossible. Like any house that you eye on, like everyone else will basically have this similar kind of a, is everything okay?
Yeah, she just needed help with something.
Oh, Juniper, she's so quiet. I didn't even hear her. Yeah, so that's where I think you would actually get a much better value out of your purchase because there's less competition. This area is still very, very desirable. So there's always going to be multiple offers. Even if it's a really, rundown house, the chances are if it's priced well, they would expect at least 2 to 5 offers. And that's the type of expectation we would have on any given property that you're interested in looking. And that's where we come in as experts, is where we would be able to kind of guide you through this process and also help you to navigate and understand what type of purchasing power you have, what type of an offer you should put on the home, and what are your expectations if you were to proceed with that property. So those are the things where we would be able to really guide you through this. And then I also want to use this opportunity to go over what it would be like to buy a home, because it sounds like it is going to be your first home purchase, right? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to do the presentation, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Do you see the screen here that has both of your names?
Yep,
Yes.
my name's got an A in it here. No.
Oh, sorry, your your Zoom has E, so I changed it to E.
No.
Oh, no, the E is correct. It's the O is actually an A.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I changed one, but I missed the other. Okay, good. All right, that's how you keep me sharp. All right, so let me see. Perfect. Thank you for correcting me on that. So now you've got the right spelling of the names.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is what I call the VIP home buying experience. And what I mean by this is that I really want to make sure that you get to enjoy peace of mind with a top performing team in your corner. So historically, I sell about $115 million worth of real estate, and that translates into a lot more experience than an average agent. I was ranked top 1% of Los Angeles agents by sales volume, and I'm also ranked #1 agent in Pasadena for homes sold both in 2021 and 2022. And the reason that I share my accolades with you isn't to impress you, but to impress upon you of my ability to guide you through this complicated process, and sometimes it can be very stressful. You can also check out my credentials on Zillow and Yelp, where my past clients have shared their experience working with our team. And our commitment,
You work with buyers or sellers?
So the ratio has always been about 60-40. So 60% sellers and 40% buyers. We have experience in both sides, and that's how I'm able to also give you incredible insights when we're going through the bidding process. For example, a lot of people don't understand how the bidding process goes, and say if there are 12 offers submitted and the seller were to counter 8, usually out of that 8 counters that they sent out, only 4 will respond. And out of the 4 bidders that responded, only 2 are serious and motivated that would go above and beyond. And that's how I can guide you through this process and helping you to get the winning bid accepted. So our commitment is to offer you a white glove experience that you didn't even know you were missing. And what I mean by that is, first, you already met Michelle. She is my partner agent, and her superpower is to understand, scour, strategize, negotiate, and inform you every step of the way. And our singular goal is to help you find and win the home that you love. And she will maintain constant watch over escrow process for a smooth, stress-free closing. Caller is our director of VIP client care. She will represent you when you cannot be present. For example, if you needed to do a specialty inspection, such as with a plumber, foundation, or electrician, she'll be able to take notes and share the summary findings with you instead of you having to be present during that time. She'll be able to assist you with an internet installation when the time comes for your new home, set up mail forwarding, open utility accounts. These are all time-consuming things where you would probably have to take a lot of time to take care of those, but we will be able to do that as part of our concierge service for you. We'll also be able to pull permits from the city to aid any remodeling projects, not to say that you're looking to do any major renovations. However, even a simple kitchen update or maybe updating the electrical work will require additional permits, and that's where we'll be able to assist you after the sale. And of course, on the big day, we will coordinate and help with any local moving support that you need. Grace is our client care specialist, and she'll save you stress and hours of time by sourcing contractors, inspectors, and cable internet providers, so you don't have to. This comes extremely handy, especially when we open escrow and having to do a million different inspections on a house and in a short period of time. That's where we really come in, and Grace's superpower gets to work to ensure that you can have the bids from different inspectors, their availability, their credentials, so you can check out their reputation, their work before you appoint one. But also on the same hand, you'll know that they're going to be available to perform the inspections within the contractual time period. And she'll be able to gather additional quotes and services on your behalf and negotiate any complimentary inspections or estimates whenever possible. So our goal is to provide you with far better results in far less time and help you gain a huge edge on the competition. And what I mean by that is we're highly effective when it comes to negotiating, and we use a very strategic approach when we work with our clients. And of course, experience matters. Because I help over 50 families every year, that translates into a tremendous amount of experience and insights that I'm able to provide to you that you wouldn't be able to find on the internet or through an average agent. And our goal is to provide optimal results on the front end and the back end. And then also because we're super hyper local, and that's why we're able to point out the different streets. And you, Curtin Bina, you grew up in the area, you probably know the area very well. But also our goal is to make sure that we find the ideal fit for your family. And so earlier, we kind of touched on this, that how I get your offer accepted is because of the experience in working with sellers and getting exposure to the consistent bids that I receive from the counterparts. And that's why I know how to ask right questions in the right way to help form an emotional connection between the buyers and sellers. And I know how to be tactfully aggressive. And that's really the key when you are looking at the agent that you're looking to hire, because you will be probably the one finding the right home for you, because I'm sure you are already on Redfin and Zillow constantly looking for the latest inventory. And that's not really where I would add the most value, right? Where I really add value is when you find that home that you absolutely love, you let me know, like, this is my dream home, get it for me. And that's how I will really be able to know the exact strategy to get you your offer accepted. And then, of course, because of the number of sellers I help, sometimes I may have off-market properties that may match your criteria that I can send to you to help you enjoy early access. And again, because I have a firmly established presence in the neighborhood, when all else being equal, relationship always wins. And my reputation has really benefited my home buying clients. In the heated of the market last year, we were still able to get 3 of our buyers' offers accepted because of my reputation. And that has just been invaluable for my buyer clients. And our commitment is to really establish a lifetime relationship with you and be your support team for life. And what I mean by that is a smooth close of escrow doesn't need to be goodbye. We want you to enjoy a lifetime concierge, such as mobile notary, house pet sitting. If you're ever traveling, then this becomes really valuable. Say if you needed plants to be watered, your pets being fed, will be able to take care of those while you're away. We also offer a quarterly HVAC filter replacement, so that would help to prolong the condition of the condenser units. And then also vendor referrals from as small as a housekeeper to as big as contractor to work on the project. And then we also have our annual charity events. The Family Park Day, we haven't been doing that because of the pandemic, but we're hoping to bring it back next year. And we do bike build twice a year, where we buy and build the bikes, and then we donate the bikes to the Elizabeth House Boy and Girls Club, the foster care kids at the hillside. And it's just been an incredible event to bring the community together. And last year we donated 250 bikes, and we're looking to do it again this year in May, and I'm sure you'll get an invitation as well. So this is what it's like to put us to work. Your category is in the last category, which is 2.5% for homes sold over 1.5 million. And how that works is that, as you know, the sellers pay for both seller's agent and buyer's agent's commission. But sometimes if the seller were to be in a distressed type of a situation, they may say, you know what, I'm not going to offer the full fee. And if that was the case, you have options. Your first option is that you can evaluate if I have been an incredible agent for you to provide an incredible amount of knowledge and expertise to guide you through this process. And if you don't think that I've done good enough of a job, you can always fire me. You don't have to use me for their home purchase. Second, if you do think that I have added enough value, then I would ask you to give me the opportunity to negotiate directly with the seller for that fee deficiency. If the fee deficiency is 0.5%, on a $2 million purchase, that's $10,000. So we would ask the seller to credit you $10,000 towards your closing costs, and then you will reimburse us of the same through the through escrow. If the seller says absolutely not, I'm only willing to pay 2%, then you can evaluate if our consultation is worth that additional 10,000. And if you don't think that our service and our fees would justify the experience you've been having with us, like I said, you can always fire us. As you can see on the bottom here, there's no lock-in period. You can cancel at any time. And the reason I'm able and willing to put this in writing is because my commitment is to give you an 120% type of experience where you would know that I have really went above and beyond throughout the entire process and more. My commitment and my team's commitment is to win you as a client for life. So that's why we're confident that you would be so happy with our service. And if not, we're willing to put money where our mouth is, and we would be willing to just part the relationship without any fees at all. And some agents will give you part of their commission, and rightfully so. And the reason that they would be willing to do that oftentimes is because they don't have enough experience or knowledge to guide you through this process. And that's why they're hoping to incentivize you by giving you a portion of their commission. And then there's a $9.95 transaction processing fee that is only applicable if we can help you successfully close the transaction. And we truly do believe that families deserve more. To be frank, a buyer's agent in real estate doesn't get paid until all papers are signed at the closing table. And that might raise some eyebrows about the agent's interest versus the buyer's interest, and rightfully so. And I want to make sure that you never have to wonder about that when you work with us. We never rush you to closing just so that we can get paid. There have been incidents where we actually advise our clients to not proceed with the purchase because of the condition of the property or because of the potential lack of upside due to the location of the home or the limitation that the property has. And those are, we would always analyze the pros and cons for our clients so they can see where we're coming from. And our goal is always to provide you with a professional insight, and we would try not to be subjective as much as possible. So the professional insight, it's really coming from the perspective of what would it look like 5 years from now? Would this property appreciate in value? It is as much your principal residence as it is an investment, because how you get how you enter into the home will really dictate how much wealth you can build over time. And that has always been my belief as a real estate agent. And sometimes that would mean that we would advise you not to bid so high because of the condition of the home, because of the location, or because of the limitation of the upside. And sometimes it may also mean that it'll take us longer to get you the result that you want. But you loving your home, loving your decision with no doubt and no regrets, that's my team's mission every single time. And this is the overview of the presentation, and I also want to open up to see what questions you have for me.
You have any questions?
None for me. It's a very great presentation.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
You're very thorough. Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that. How would you guys like to proceed from here?
Honestly, we have to finish our taxes and then pursue,
Yeah, I guess we should start
getting
next week.
pre-approved.
Pre-approval.
Perfect.
Yeah, we weren't going to contact an agent until we were pre-approved.
But you called us.
You called us. So
I'm all about staying in touch.
That was actually very helpful, because who knows when we would have
yeah.
gotten off our butts. So thank you.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, so we will probably be another week or two before we have a sense of how that's going to go, because we're, the beginning of April.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But after taxes are filed and we've gotten contact with a few banks, we'll, I guess, reach back out.
Sounds great. So would you say April 20th would be a good day for us to connect again?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll check in with you on the week of the 20th, and then from there we can evaluate whether if you have any additional questions, and then how we can go from there.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Well, I and my team, we're ready, able, and we'll stand by and support you whenever you're ready for the next step.
All right. Thanks so much, Ava.
Awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on the call with us.
Eva or Ava?
Yes,
Is it Eva or Ava?
Eva.
Eva, okay.
This is Kirtan, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't actually notice. Did you say something different?
You think curtain on.
Oh, sorry.
So it's Kirtan, but it's Kirtan.
Yes, Kirtan.
Okay. Okay, Kirtan. All right, I'll remember that. Thank you for correcting me, Brendan, so that I won't continue to make this mistake and embarrass myself. All right. Well, happy Easter, and we look forward to connecting with you again.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks
Bye,
so much.
guys. Great meeting
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.